team rosters, guys, to get more familiar with these different teams. Cat Fast Nation's got Bog and Tough, Lamaleaf, Rummy, Angel of Darkness 45, Fighting Irish, Epic Bacon Strips 87, best name ever, Yoko Bao, the Bananas of the Wall host, and Public Matches. And for Refuse to Die, we have Justin Ward, Scorpion King, Wee Fanatic, Quasar, Anubis, Scringley, A Bag of Kittens, Valkyrie Veus, CPYR, and Agonize. Some great names as well, A Bag of Kittens. Let's go ahead and jump and take selection. Great Torp, what do we have?
I hate you, Clutch. Don't have that out there. I'm just kidding, of course. I love you, man. Let's take a look. On team number 1, we have, let's see, AMX 1392, T69s, a T71, a WZ132, and of course a Bison. Whenever you see something like a T71 or WZ131, you normally have some sort of Bison. Not a lot of reason to tear down unless you're going to put those extra points into something of value. Bison, definitely one of those artilleries, can pack the punch. On the other side, we also have a Bison pick, a T71 pick, AMX 5100, 2 AMX 5100s rather, 2 T69s, and a T1. So everything's pretty similar. As for the actual picks, I think it's pretty even. The main difference is going to be that WZ132 instead of an extra AMX, whatever it might be. Of course, we have the AMX 1390 instead of the AMX 5100s, but we'll see how they're used.
That's right. We're going to see some great gameplay, I believe, because we saw some great surprises when Cazadores was up in the last match that they had in order for them to qualify. So let's go ahead and show off to everyone the beautiful mines.
Starting things off, the red team to the southern quadrant, we do have Cat Fast Nation spawning their northern position. As the blue team, we have Refuse to Die, and Rootkill is always here to break it down.
Exactly. Right now I'm seeing both teams go straight for the hill. So I'm expecting to see scouts meet at the mid here and begin fighting very, very quickly. I'm expecting at least, blue scout's going to go way down from what I'm seeing.
Anubis in that T71, the Drifter, as we like to call it. Oh, he's going to get flanked immediately. Oh, he knows it's over. He knows it's over. He's going to get chased immediately by the WZ132, AMX 1390, and the T71 themselves. Shots missed by Angel of Darkness. Oh, he's tracked. Are they going to follow him? No, he lives to tell the tale to his friend, living up to his Egyptian god Anubis. God of death or life, I can't remember.
You can definitely see awesome. You can definitely see the strengths of having the AMX 1390 and the WZ132. With the T71, they're able to charge that hill and take it immediately. Of course, there's no other tank. Only 2 AMX 5100s, T69s. They can't match the speed of a T71, and that's why we have direct center control over to the red team.
That was a situation where the T71 had the jump, but you saw the red team, Cat Fast Nation, bring more forces, so they forced him off of that hill, even though he gets there first. He was able to survive, though, because he had that great jump.
And Anubis actually got pushed up that mountain a bit, too, in a very
it makes a lot of
position.
sense. That way you can proximity scout right near there, see where all the other tanks are. Maybe get a shot off them, but at this angle, I don't think the Bison over in A4 is going to be able to do anything. A Bag of Kittens, sporting that Bison, of course. I would not want a Bag of Kittens thrown at me.
Yeah. So I think this
all.
is a good time to detail for a lot of newer viewers what the proxy spot rule is.
Oh,
so yeah, exactly. Proximity spotting is when you're within 50 meters of an enemy tank, you will be lit, regardless of anything. You can be on the other side of a wall, a mountain. But you will know that tank is there. So a lot of new people don't understand this, but once you're within 50 meters, you will spot someone.
Yeah,
it's that battle awareness.
Anubis can't really do anything from that position, but he does spot them. That's half the battle. Knowing where your opponent is sometimes a lot better than actually doing damage to them, because if you know where they are, maybe your opponents, or maybe your teammates rather, can shell out damage on them. So right now at this position, I'm not sure. Let's look at the red team. How many tanks do they know about behind the I guess, mountain?
For at this moment right now, they just see Anubis. That is the only one that I'm seeing on the minimap here to see who is actually spotted. However, from what was pushed, they know that there's a lot of tanks just outside of the bottom of the hill. They don't know at this time that Refuse to Die is actually moving a little bit more towards the eastern side of the top of the hill. At the same time, 3 of the spotted light tanks that, again, because the position of Anubis is able to see, are going to move around the center side of the mine where the gold is, because there's gold up in their hills. Will reposition, but no engagements further. Now the blue team, Fnatic, as well as Justin Ward, are going to push in a little bit to see any kind of movement, any kind of spotting. The AMX 5100, again, taking that frontal approach with the other AMX 5100 behind him and along with the T69. The WZ-132, Angel of Darkness, and that T69 are still being scouted on the map at this time.
Lamaleaf is moving up to what I like to call the Rock of Death.
Yeah.
This is not the safest rock to go to. I'm pretty sure the Bison can get shots just over that and hit him.
Yeah.
So expect in just a moment if he gets lit again, I fully expect Bison shells, bag of kittens. If you don't make these hits, buddy, you're slacking.
Yeah, it is a bit of a standstill right now between these two teams because they do know that those Bisons can land and do some serious damage, even though it's a tier 2 SPG. Anubis, great placement, Greetorp,
Yeah, I really
for
like
this
it.
tank.
I really like it.
It's like that perfect pocket to be well guarded against any kind of SPG shots coming in.
But still a lot of stagnation coming out from both teams. Not willing to really make the move. And it's understandable, but you know oh, wow. Unfortunate.
Unnecessary
Valkyrie.
damage, Valkyrie.
Yeah, it took about 100 damage on himself just by dropping onto the ground. So really needs to be a little bit more careful. Unnecessary damage, and let me tell you, that HP adds up after a while. Sometimes that can be life and death. Now, there is the Lamaleaf. He is spotted yet again. He needs to be so careful. Let's see if any Bison hits occur.
Did Valkyrie Viewers take any module damage when he fell down that hill?
No, he did not.
He did not. Okay, lucky him, because when you do fall, you can lose your driver, you can lose your engine, and very commonly you will lose your tracks. But a good fall can really damage you, and he actually might be closer to losing his driver now, because he might have taken a little bit of damage.
No, I definitely have seen that before. I actually platoon with Mr. Bitter all the time, and he has no shame in going off those hills, killing his driver. Really unfortunate. But for now, same people are being spotted with that proxy spot, Angel of Darkness in that WZ-132 on the top of the hill, but nothing else. The AMX 1390 we know is probably up there along with that other T71, but we don't know what they're doing. Find a little bit of movement. T69, played by Valkyrie, is going to start wrapping around. Now what he's looking to do is get a good position, maybe a couple shots on the top of that hill. It's still very difficult, and he's trying to do it as far as possible. Now there's a couple reasons why you do this long arc. You do not want to get surrounded. Let's say you're close to the mountain. You can obviously be Goomba'd, which is when other tanks jump on top of you doing damage, and you can just be straight up shot in the back, on the top, at the hatch. Not good. So that's why you kind of go as far out as possible, and then you can obviously get shots while not receiving shots because you have a lot of terrain near you. But Clutch, I wanna kind of bring it to you right now. What can the blue team over here do?
Well,
blue
they're
team versus Refuse to Die.
You know, they're over in the village, and if these T69s decided to just go for it, they could put some pressure against the Bison. The Bison now, however, on the red team, on Catfast Nation, is able to take down Quasar. That's a great name, but not a great position for him. Anubis still only scouting at this time Angel of Darkness on the minimap. Justin Ward and World War II Fnatic now moving the AMX 5100s. They're going to move to the side of the hill, and they could catch one of the red players off guard. At the same time, the T69s are going to be moving to the south from the village. And this is going to be a game of patience with 3 minutes left on the clock. They could move in and get the fast kill immediately.
Already is up.
Yeah,
the Bison is spotted.
And they can't get a good shot on him. Unfortunately, the Bison being played very well, going into a nice spot. But he is going to find the T69. Epic Bacon Strips. You can't die.
Yeah, he can die. He can die with two AMX 5100s targeting him, but not if they miss a shot. Two T69s from the rear trying to move in and take down Epic Bacon Strips. Bananas to the wall host, taking down Stringley. There goes down one of the blue players himself, Justin Ward, taking some hits himself. from the north side. They were able to get a lock in that T69, but now they're taking too much damage from the top of the hill.
Yeah, Refuse to Die is in a really tough spot, but they're making the best of it. Now AMX 1390 is going to drop down to the low ground, try to blindside everybody. Stringley is actually 2 points hit away from dying. He does go down. AMX 1390 only has 67 hit points. He dodges a shot. Justin Ward on that AMX 5100 is getting torched up, but is it going to be enough? This is really, really difficult to tell.
It is difficult to tell because they were able to lock down anyone coming down that hill. Llama Leaf should have maybe moved in, but he might have been clipped to try to land any more shots. However, he does get the kill against that T71. And right now, looking at the board, we have 2 Tier 8s still left alive along with the Bison, and we have a Bison and 1 Tier 8 and a Tier 1 left alive for the side of Catfast Nation. Llama Leaf trying to lock down more shots.
Is he going to get it? I don't think so.
He's going to get surrounded, and he's going to get hit hard.
Down he goes. The Tier 1 is going to take out the Bison all the way on the other side, so Rummy will have a little bit left. It's just really a Bison and a Tier 1. And what can you really do with a Bison in Tier 1? Can you kill an AMX 5100 and a T69 if they come at you at the same time?
At the same time, probably not. Even in tank destroyer mode with the Bison, if that's even possible with that reload time, you probably couldn't get both. But still, Valkyrie and Justin Ward have to play it safe because you don't want to throw any battle at all in any of these matches.
Remember, there's only 50 seconds left. Look at that top. So if that Bison is able to take out this T69,
Valkyrie
it's going to draw out. Valkyrie, though, is taken out Valkyrie takes out the Bison, and that's going to solidify the win over for Refuse to Die. Really, really exciting. And this is actually the first time I've seen a team that takes the hill lose the engagement.
I think for me, too, that was quite an impressive play, quite a patient play for that team. And positioning those T69s in that village at first, waiting, and then with the 5100s moving in, deciding, okay, we're going to go for it. And even up against people that are at the higher ground on that hill, taking the amount of fire they did, they landed their shots. They didn't miss one of them. That AMX 5100, you don't want to miss any shots, especially in autoloaders. But they held their ground, and they were able to take it. All right, and as always, beginning of the match, we get to see the initial decisions that are made between these two different teams. Rookhill, who are the deciders?
Yep, it looks like it's going exactly as planned. A big west side push from both teams. They both know the strength of the west, and they're going to dedicate just about everything they have in that direction, except for the red team, who's decided to send a scout to do a little run right through the Abbey here. So he's going to go in and come on out and probably rejoin his team as soon as possible. As at the same time, we see both Bisons also moving into the west here. They're going to start getting into their positions, getting ready to put their shots out. And we see from the south, the red Bison actually jumping into a little cubby hole. That's a new thing, just as Abbey was last updated. Those are new.
Yeah, it's nice. The physics engine in this game is pretty fun, and actually being able to go through those different doors for the first time when I played, I was super excited. But as you guys predicted, it's going to be a battle of the West Valley. Nothing is quiet on the western front at this time. These AMX 5100s and this T69 on the side of the blue team, which is Refuse to Die, are going to move up. And again, those Bison positions, that Team Bison fire between the two different points. If it means they have to move out of cover for a shot, it could be that they're going to be under fire that Bison immediately if they are scouted, or even the Bison taking maybe perhaps a sniper shot or two without them being scouted. If he can see some fire, or if he sees a last scouted position, he can try to guess where they're at. Oh, Strangely, first shots fired, getting hit immediately, and now the shots hitting on that IS-3. Bogentuff taking a lot of hits immediately. He's going to go down with one more shot, and he does. First blood goes to Refuse to Die. Valkyrie Velis, however, taking some hits himself in that T69. He can go down under another hit. Fnatic moving around the corner. Now they're going to use the IS-3's Burning Husk to try to take down Angel of Darkness 45. A couple more shots, he could go down. but Fighting Irish moving in to absorb some of the hits himself to keep his teammate alive. Another shot goes down for Angel of Darkness. Bison shot misses. Justin Ward himself taking a lot of hits, and he goes down.
Overextended a little bit. I like the thought, pushing up forward, gaining a lot of space, so you have a lot of space to retreat while they're clipping. He is clipping right now, Fnatic is, rather, and he will have eventual people to back him up. Actually, Anubis is over there. When it comes down to it, 3 dead over on the side of Refuse to Die. Only 1 dead on the side of Cap Fast Nation. So Cap Fast Nation looking a lot better, but look at that health pull, not nearly as much.
And Yoko building that T-71, moving around to that flank, and actually going off the cliff edge into the lake there, but still staying on top of areas where he doesn't drown. That was some very quick play by him, able to land some shots himself and then moving out of the way. T-71, quick little tank. You don't think it's going to be that effective, but it can surprise you in World of Tanks. He's going to try to join some of his teammates now as they are trying to lick their wounds a bit here. Only 1 tank down for Cap Fast Nation, 3 down for Refuse to Die. The tables have turned a bit in battle number 2.
That's right, Clutch, and we're going to see a very defensive position coming out of Refuse to Die. Makes a lot of sense. They're down some people. Can't do much, but what's the problem? Well, Rootkill just explained it. There's so many different ways to attack the Abbey at reasonably safe areas. So what they're going to do once they realize, hey, you're playing very passive, they're going to take just 2. Only 2. They should only take 2 positions to start sniping. Why only 2? Because if you make 3, you're going to get isolated. Just go to 1. Of course, you can't congregate in time. So they're probably going to just take 2 places. No, actually, they're going on to the Abbey, so strike all of that. Cap Fast Nation, what are they going to do as the Abbey is starting to get closed down? Remember, they can't be too they can't be too aggressive with their pushes too. Because of their health, they're so close to dying. In that top right-hand corner, you can see all the health, or all the black that is not there. That means, or that is there, that means they don't have a lot of life left. Got to be careful.
Got to be careful indeed. And as we were saying before this match started, this map is not very open going east to west because of how it's split via the East Valley, the East Road, the Center Abbey section in the west area, and the huge body of water that separates the west from the Abbey. And because of that, you cannot easily approach or reinforce the different sides of the map. Once you commit to an area, you're committed. And if you're halfway through the map, that's going to be just as long going forward as it is going back. For this reason, Cap Fast Nation is staying to the southwestern portion of their side of the map and seeing what kind of commitment pattern they're going to see from Refuse to Die. 2 heavy tanks taking the front, 1 light tank standing back to the rear on the H3 line at this time, the H3 section, to see if anyone from Refuse to Die is going to try to push. Oh, can that come on, you can make it. You can make it, T-71. Think thin.
He's made it once already. He just doesn't want to go back.
No. Anyways, trying to scout any type of movement coming in from Refuse to Die. Now, Refuse to Die is going to inch closer and closer down Abbey to see if they're able to spot anything. And if they can spot something open, we know for sure that Bison's going to want to take that shot.
All right, so for now, we're just going to wait and wait and wait and see what Cap Fast Nation does. Because it's really, the ball's in their court. They are rearranging. They're trying to get their scouts in the right positions. Of course, they're being very, very comprehensive with how they're playing it out.
And one of the scouts actually going to take the East Valley going down to the south with almost 4 minutes left on the clock. Heavy tank, however, on the side of Refuse to Die, leaving his post in the Abbey, leaving one of the light tanks that's remaining in that section. And could decide to choose, yes, he will choose to push the East Valley side as well. Notre Dame and Laureate.
I'm completely wrong. I just forgot that there is the Tier 8 point limit, which says if you are up 1 Tier 8 and the countdown goes to 0, you have won. So right now the blue team over on Refuse to Die has to do something. I completely just forgot about that. So they need to get around to a place where they can initiate on their opponents, realizing that, you know, Refuse to Die doesn't want to move. They want to stay in their defensive position and just sit and maintain their advantage. And I don't mind that whatsoever, Clutch.
Yeah, there is a 16-point difference at this time because only 1 tank has been destroyed for Cap Fast Nation, where 3 Tier 8 tanks have been destroyed for Refuse to Die. And they're going to have to make a decision here pretty quickly, which they have, to continue to push. Fnatic being a little bit cautious and careful, at least trying to be, moving down here with the T1 Quasar, trying to move in and scout on the other side of that valley. Now, if the Bison is able to get a good position at the very southern area of the valley with that higher ground, it could prove to be a devastating force if they do decide to go for the flag cap. However, with the amount of HP that's still readily available for Fighting Irish, along with Lamaleaf, even though he is hurt a little bit, and Yokobu could take maybe one shot from a T-71, he would go down. They could prove to have an excellent defense at this time. But as you said, Greetorp, they don't have to push in. They can wait till the clock is done running. Yeah. But one of the light tanks has been scouted for the side of Cat Fast Nation. The Refuse to Die scout is moving to the middle of Abbey and trying to swing around, maybe joining some Patriots.
Well, let's find out what's going to happen here as they approach the flag. Fnatic is still unaware of where all of his opponents are. Of course, we know they're in the bottom left-hand corner. Fnatic going to poke up here. Can he see any of the tanks? No. And it's very important that he doesn't go in the middle. Okay, as soon as you go on cap, you will be basically telling everybody, this is my positioning.
It's like a big broadcast.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, guess who's here? I'm home.
And you do not want to do that, Clutch.
No,
sirree.
not at all.
That's
He's
why
scouted though at this time.
Oh, no, don't go inside.
And he did it.
And they know they're there.
He is in the only blind spot that exists, and there he's going to take a hit for it. From the west side, there is a small blind spot, but it looks like someone was ready.
Cat Fast Nation pretty much just solidified their victory of this battle here. Going to clean up anything that's left. They do see the T-71. They're going to line up the shots, and Nubis is he's gonna go for it. He's going to go for a charge here, and Yakubu in the T-71 himself at 41 hit points is going to completely miss the opportunity to take this guy down. And Anubis is going to turn this corner, see what he can do. Oh, he's going to hit from the top. Oh, and he misses the shot. He moves down, tries to line it up, and he does get the kill. Anubis taking down the other T-71 on the map here. Revenge kill between these two tanks.
Still has a little bit to go and 41 seconds left. Can he do it? Now remember, there is that Bison that does a pretty good amount of damage, although he still needs to kill quite a many tanks. He still needs to kill at least 2 tier 8 tanks.
The bag of kittens and his Bison gets the kill. So Anubis scouting for the Bison at this time.
Oh, T-69 and Amex. He needs to get the Amex 5100. Amex 5100 misses.
They both
Angel of Darkness. Oh, Angel of Darkness is flanked. Can he get the extra shot? He gets it.
Kill the T-71.
He gets it, but the T-71 dies. Unfortunate. If he was able to live, he might have gotten back into it. Still, he was super far behind, but it's so exciting seeing a T-71 clean up an Amex 5100. Time is going to run out, and Cat Fast Nation will take it. Just really, really fun play. It's kind of that YOLO, do whatever we can. And if we can get a tank, it's awesome. I was hoping for a big comeback, but it was so far away.
Nah, there's so much firepower working against him. But working with his teammate with that Bison, getting that kill. And really, you know, it's not over till it's over. And when he saw his teammate land that hit, he's like, I got this. I can do this.
Let's do it, man.
I can do this. And he went for it. It was a worthy effort.
Think if that AMX 5100 was still alive, played by, let me just check real quick. Played by, I think, was it Justin or no, Fnatic? Played by Fnatic. If he was still alive, you know, it might have been a different story, because all of a sudden now you are in a position where it's not 8 points away, right? You killed the T-71, you killed an Amex 5100. You could probably salvage it if you're able to get one of the scouts, and obviously, you know, draw it out, because it's not 8 points. I believe not. No, it's not 8 points. It's 7 points.
Or keep pressure on the flag capture.
For sure, like any of those. But really, really unfortunate. Fun play at the end, but of course it wasn't enough.
Rookhill, your thoughts on that match?
I was actually surprised that the 5100s were able to spot Fnatic, and then after spotting Fnatic, that they were able to get shot without getting spotted. I actually, I would have thought that he would have been able to get away with getting on cap without being spotted, but I guess maybe he didn't have the crew skills or camo value maybe on his tank. So it was interesting, And I was genuinely surprised by that. So I'm going to have to research that position more.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. See what modules they were going and everything.
Exactly. I want to see what they had on
Maybe
their
it
tanks.
was the view range or something like
If
that.
they had optics, maybe. I'm thinking that 5100 could have seen that.
Yeah.
Because of his approach, I would have assumed that he would have gone unspotted.
Coded optics or binocular?
Either or, maybe.
Yeah, you only need one of those tanks to have those, right? For
That's true.
all of them to have it, basically, as long as he's alive.
Yeah, as long as that one with the optics is
Yeah.
spotting, assumed. Yeah. okay.
And for people that may not be familiar with those type of modules or pieces of equipment, binoculars allow 25% increase to view range when you're stationary. Coded optics allow you, what is it, a 10%?
I think 10%.
10% at
yes.
all times when you're moving stationary, etc.
Yeah.
So we'll have to find out as we do more research on some of these teams and some of the play styles they choose. And that's another great benefit of seeing these different teams through the qualifiers to see how they made it into league play. We're going to see some even crazier games, I'm assured of it. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We come back, battle number 3 of Cat Fast Nation versus Refuse to Die. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Wargaming.net League North America World of Tanks. I am Joshua Gray, call sign Clutch. Joining me is Andre Gretorp Hengshua.
Andre Hengshua, call sign Gretorp.
That's right. As well as Randall Holcomb, a.k.a. Rookhill. We have another giveaway to give out to all the people that are following us on Twitter and sending us some great tweets. We're going to go ahead and load that up on the computer right now to read off this awesome tweet that this guy was able to win. Here we go, FFN Jr. Where's the pin hidden on Rookhill? I think the question should be, where is the pin on Rookhill's hat? There it is, sir. You win yourself some gold.
Yes,
So he's
sir.
on the hat. And he is taking offers, bids for advertising space.
That's right.
So any sponsors are interested, contact Rookhill on Twitter at RUUKIL. And also he's giving away gold if he reaches 100
Just to
followers.
let you know, Rookhill gained another 100% of his followers from when he started.
Yes.
Another 5 followers joined him.
Nice. You started with
So-
9 when you got here, correct?
I said 5.
Somewhere under 10.
Yeah.
we're at that point, it doesn't really matter.
But he's
Nice.
up to 84. 16 more followers. I will be giving out some gold and premium, guys. So make sure to follow him at RUUKIL. He's a great and fashionable commentator that, let's be honest, has moves like Jagger.
He does have moves like Jagger. We'll see a little bit more of that later on, I'm sure. All right, because they're so ready to get this match underway, it's going to be on Himmelsdorf, guys. We had to cut out of that video because
be
this
continued.
action. To be continued. We'll show you more of the IS-3. We want to get the action underway here as these different teams are going to take different positions. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Rookhill, where are they going?
Yep, we've got both teams heading somewhat east. Actually, we're going to see a fight on the hill if it goes the way I'm thinking it's going to go. We've got 1, 2 tanks, 3 tanks going, no, maybe just 2 from blue side here. Refuse to Die sending a light tank and I think a T-69 to the hill. But we see Cat Fast Nation sending almost everyone to the hill.
Almost
Shaggy.
everyone indeed, man. They're going to be pushing up. The light tank taking the frontal position here as he try to scout anything, and once he does, it's going to be a firefight if they do fully commit, but they're not going to fully commit going up on the side of Refuse to Die, pushing up that hill.
Yeah, it looks like they'll leave 2 behind just in case Refuse to Die decides to fast cap so that they are prepared for that. But they will have 3 tanks ready to go up to counter this 1 T-69 that they are predicting will be here. This is the kind of meta game that I've talked about before in previous days where one team's going to send a T-69, the other team calls that and decides, you know what, we'll up it and we'll bring 3 tanks.
Yeah. It gets crazy after a while, man. But I do like the positioning so far from Refuse to Die. You can see those 3 heavy tanks on the bottom bag of kittens over here. AMX 5100, and of course the other AMX 5100 are
Here
all
comes the
on
fight
the
out of the 2 light
ground.
tanks.
Here we go.
Battling back and forth, jumping in. There he is. Quasar gets hit by Victor Ocius. Scringely in the T-69, not able to move in to help his friend. Shutting down that scouting ability for Quasar.
And look at this. Scringly is going to look and see Yokobu. He's over there in that T-69, so he needs to be very careful. I like the positioning so far of Scringly. It really disallows any other tank from moving up and being spotted. So, you know, everything's looking good. There's still no triggers to tell Cap Fast Nation to go for, or excuse me, for Refuse to Die to go for like a counter cap or anything like that. Of course, there isn't an overcommitment yet.
No, overcommitment can be anybody's downfall in any match at any time, and be able to talk with your team and not try to be the hero, especially at the front lines, is very important.
Yep.
Now they're going to be moving around the castle to try to get a better flank. Scringely can, if he is scouted immediately coming up the crest of that hill around that castle, he can get shot down very, very easily by those two tanks, but they're actually going to wait at the side of the castle, not fully commit yet, because they don't know what's waiting for
them. And look at this meta. Scringely and now Valkyrie are going to come up here to T69 saying, oh, you have a T69 over there? No problem. I'm going to counter you with 2 T69s, but little do they know, it's a trap.
Yep, Valkyrie moving in a great position to be able to move in, land a couple shots, and then move backwards. Now, if you do get hit by an enemy, you don't want to necessarily chase them back to cover because, one, you could be completely annihilated by their return fire or any type of teammates that are there, or two, if you're in a heavy tank, you may be too slow once you track to actually, well, you can't move at all once you track, but even repairing your track, you'd be too slow to move out of there if possible. Now they're going to be moving up here. They might be baited by Victoracious to get the kill against that T1. However, Valkyrie moves in, gets the kill, but now he's going to be blindsided with...
Is he?
No, he's going to move too fast.
He's going to get out of there.
Hold on, Fighting Irish might get the shot. Epic Bacon Strips does land one hit. Valkyrie gets tracked. Now Yokobu lands a shot, one more hit. He's going to go down, and he does. They were baited, and it worked beautifully for the side of CapFast Nation.
Yeah, Refuse to Die did not predict that. They did not see that coming, and they are paying the price big time for this. This is such a common thing to see that you'd almost expect it.
Yeah, you have to be super, super careful with that. I mean, those T69s, they do have great view range, but that is a pretty long distance seeing all the way over into the D0 area, so those T69s can't really see everything. And now they have to change their plans completely. Scringly is going to move down onto the regular platform. And what are they going to do, Rookkill?
Well, right now it looks like they're going to move towards the enemy cap here, down the 8 line. And now that they know that there are enemies on the hill, they're going to try to cap fast.
Oh, I see what you did there. I'd give you some gold because of that pun, but we can't because you work here. So, anyways, Angel of Darkness and 45 in the T1 cruising around in the defensive position to try to stop any type of counterflank or scouting any type of movement coming from the west side. He's not going to see much, though, so nobody's coming from the train depot except the other Justin Ward, T1 Cunningham. Moving up Tank Alley will be the rest of the Tier 8 tanks from Refuse to Die. Now, the split, however, for CapFast Nation right now is not good if Refuse to Die does push all the way in, which they're going to right now. They could come in and actually do the flag cap first, which would be more beneficial to CapFast Nation. So now it's kind of a race against time of who's going to land at which cap first.
That's right. I feel like CapFast Nation has the better position. Yes, they are kind of isolated, but when it comes down to it, you have enough on your opponent's. You have enough tanks on your opponent's cap to really make that timer go up pretty fast, and you have enough tanks at home to really stop that cap from happening and, you know, stop the screens and things like that. So we're going to see what comes of it. Bag of Kittens, Fnatic, and Anubis getting ready over here, followed by Justin, Ward, and Scringly. Are they able to pull it off? There are a couple of tanks over on the side there. Angel of Darkness is going to spot out. Gets behind cover, and nicely done. Red base is under attack right now. 45 seconds left. Is it going to be enough?
It might be enough if nobody's able to land a shot against any of these tanks. Now Ramsey and his teammate Bogentuff are going to try to move in for a good position. They're going to fully commit now against trying to defend their base instead of trying to go for the other flag cap.
They're too late. They're not going to even get back here in time to defend. They needed to spring it immediately, but instead they're trying to congregate all together. We're not even going to have an engagement, Clutch.
No, great positioning for Bag of Kittens and the rest of his teammates, and that is a capture. That's what happens when you fully commit as a team and read your opponents.
They are up 8 tier points, and they still, unfortunately, get capped. Really, really questionable positioning. But, of course, I mean, they wanted to hit with one punch instead of a couple. I think in that position, when you're so split up, you have to go for that split push. Go for the cap and just try to stall your own cap. Defend against that. Get a couple of shots. You're looking at least a draw, at most a win.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a gamble, obviously, to push in that far and have no defensive position. But because of that, CapFast Nation was split. They had at least 2 or 3 tanks that were going to try to move in for the flag cap if necessary, try to scout what was happening, and 2 of the heavy tanks were up to the north side. Once they realized, oh no, we're under attack, they had to wait for those reinforcements before they fully committed.
So you have to just go.
Yeah,
you have to go.
Rukill, your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. The red team, which was Catfast Nation, was completely out of position. They were not prepared to defend the base, even when they saw even when their T1 saw the Catfast coming. So Catfast Nation got fast capped.
Oh gosh. Oh god, I'm gonna take away goal if you keep doing that.
I love this. I love it.
All right. We'll break down more of what happened when we come back. We're gonna take a quick little break, guys. It is only battle number 3 that we just witnessed. We're gonna move into battle number 4. Don't go anywhere. Teams are afoot. Which way are they going?
Both teams are headed right into the city, so it looks like we're going to see some kind of clash, I hope, really, really early, but it looks like actually the blue team refused to die, changing position right at the beginning here, and they're going to hit up the windows in D3, 4, and 5. From those windows, they're actually going to spot some of these heavies moving up the 3-4 line, and they're all lit, so they're going to take fire here in just a second.
Valkyrie trying to get a shot through that keyhole in that window that Rukill mentioned. He is able to land 1 hit against Yokobu. Another shot fired. It looks like nothing was hit. However, they are going to fully commit. Catfast Nation moving around the corner in a train of death. Angel of Darkness gets hit, however, from the AMX 5100 from Fnatic. Bag of Kittens in the IS-3 lining up himself, but this is not stopping the train. There are no brakes to this train of the KV-5 as the conductor up to the front. He's getting lit up himself from Anubis in the AMX 5100. A lot of shots fired. KV-5 is almost down, and he is the first blood.
That's right. Anubis, though, he's going to be prioritized right now. Down to 196 hit points, and down he goes by that T69 played by Yokobu. As it stands right now, it's still a little bit difficult. The KV-5, has a lot of hit points in him. That's a big, tall order to already have killed, and we're going to have shots going off left and right.
Catfast Nation wanted to fully commit to this push, but they have taken way too much damage. That bird,
bacon strips.
that bird in the way. Bacon strips goes down. IS-3 trying to get the hits on Screengely, but the other IS-3 from Bag of Kittens stopping his advance. Trying to line up the shot here, does not want to miss it because Screengely could take some major damage from Fighting Irish. Oh, 7 hit points left. Screengely cleans it up.
Oh, nicely done. Valkyrie is able to take out that AMX 5100. And now it's down to 2 T1s. They cannot do it. The defensive position was just too much. The IS-3 able to take a couple of shots, then followed up by that AMX 5100, and that's going to be the second match. Congratulations, by the way, to Refuse to Die, who will be entering in the tournament, the WGLNA Season 1.
Season 1. They made it to league play. I know it's a mouthful, but they have a huge congratulations to them. They have the key to victory, if you will, by using those keyholes. There's another pun for you, Rukill. And fantastic play. So they will be joining River of Blood, the Cunninghams, Cazadores, Scurry Hard, Nerve, and 2 more teams yet to be determined tonight. We will find out. The next match for tonight, as we have scheduled, is going to be Fates Chosen versus Simplistic. Both of these teams are ready to go into league play. They have to beat one or the other, and it's going to be kind of sad to see one of the opponents go down. Rukill, your thoughts?
I was just looking at the screen, and it was actually saying, I believe it said Catfast Nation. Am I wrong, or was that Refuse to Die?
Refuse to Die.
Yes.
Oh, I guess we had an error there. Apologize about that.
So just making sure that everyone knew there, because that confused me.
Okay.
So
no,
it is Refuse to Die.
It's Refuse to Die that made it, not Catfast Nation.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Now, Fates Chosen versus Simplistic, we'll get more into these different teams and also their rosters as well, because what we love to do here at the studio is to tell these players' stories, to tell the stories of these teams, and the beautiful story of who's going to take home that $100,000 prize pool. It's crazy, man. August is just around the corner, and we're just getting started. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick little break. We come back, more World of Tanks action.